بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
By the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, I'm honored and very glad to be here with you to decode the future AI and robots. Just try to visualize that to wake up one day and see yourself being surrounded by robots everywhere, one for cleaning, one for preparing your coffee, another robot to cook for you maybe. One will put your agenda, your appointments everywhere. You take your car, you will try the best ways to reach to your work. Another robot at work will give your appointments. They help you in taking decision. So you finish your work and go back to your house, and again your dinner is ready, and you begin another day. So this scenario might look as imagining, but the technology available today, not as the robots, it can give us such services with the available technology. We will take you through a journey about the concept of AI and robots to correct the errors and mistakes in regard to these concepts. The first concept, they say that AI is represented in robots that can walk and has the shape of a person's. So is AI only limited to that? Let's delve deep in this about showing you certain images. In this image, which one do you think is the robot and which ones you don't consider as robots? I don't know whether you agree with me, but I anticipate that everything here is a robot except the tailor machine. This is the only one which we don't consider as a robot. So what's common between all these robots, or what we called as robots? It's mechanical devices. Looks like a person. Maybe it's only a robot hand capable of being programmed, like the sewing machine. So if we agree with me, the identifying or introducing the robot is as if it's a part of a human being. But the most important point which we want to focus upon, the robot is not necessarily to be smart. It's just a body without a brain. So AI is the brain. The body is about certain algorithms which we use in order to give these robots or any devices or programs something which we can say a little close to AI. So the robot is only a body as a structure, and AI is the brain. So if they are combined, we will have too much capacities. So what are we expecting to happen in terms of AI and robots together in the near future? What is anticipated that the robots will cooperate with each other. For example, if I have a heavy box and I want to carry it, of course, I cannot do it by myself. But if somebody else help me, together we can take it from one place to another. So these capacities, until now, it's not yet mature in the robots so that robots can cooperate together so that the all mix will be better than one. So this is in terms of structure or body. What about the AI? Is to transfer knowledge. Until now, robots cannot transfer smartness between themselves. So the AI system cannot transfer the knowledge from here to here, even if the box game is a lot easier than chess. So I have to take the program and train it on this game. So in terms of robots and the cross-section between them, what can happen? I might have the robots will be cooperative as structure and brain. So this robot, which has taken the information from another brain and another brain, can show me that he understands all these things. So if I can be able to transfer knowledge and make the robot to cooperate, I can make something physical which was impossible before to the robot. So this is the first concept. What about the second concept? The second concept says that the AI and the robots are always reiterating things and cannot innovate by themselves. I will show you some images here. Some of these images has been done by using AI and others by just taken as photos by camera. So which have been built by AI and which are the ones taken by a camera? So this is one cell. Let's take this image and see. How can we differentiate? Actually, all these images are through AI. And not even one has been taken as photo by camera. So AI has the ability for innovation. Today, it's available in a very primitive way, but it is a present as a beginning for innovation and development. So this is not limited to images, but even writing stories. You can give them imaginary stories so he can write something new. Even if you give him music, he can make the same thing almost. So AI, he is intervening in certain things which were limited only to human beings. So what's expected actually today, AI is able to invent and innovate. So in the near future, what's expected of AI? Is it possible in order to seed or to plant a certain chip so that to help us in order to remember better or to regain certain senses which we missed? Regarding this chip which is planted has helped them to control your system. For example, if you have an accident, traffic accident, and you have lost the connection between your neurology in the brain, so this chip has regained this capability of using his senses again. So can we actually promote this chip in order to be able to be more innovative and more agile in getting the information? And even we don't need the traditional education for root education only. So this is what we are looking in the innovation future with the cooperation of AI and the robots. So the third concept is the robots are very risky and jeopardize the whole world. So this image is always being marketed through the films, especially the for example, the robot became even more smarter than a human being, and he's controlling everything. Actually, we are much far than this concept. The robots doesn't have senses and cannot, of course, sense that the anger or they want to get revenge. They sense through the human beings. The programming, it's done through human beings that design the program in order to serve a certain goal, and the robots cannot work by themselves. Until today, this is the development that we have reached, and there is no guidance at all that we reach a certain smartness that the AI, that the robot will be feeling by himself and be able to take decisions by himself. But this is a very important point in regard to programming the robot. Can we permeate the robot actually and make it capable of inflicting pain and harm? Yes, yes. So it's at the end, it's an electronic device and can be permeated. Can it be designed in order to harm? Yes, because the human beings have designed, so they can design it to inflict harm. So the risk here, or the concern, it's not to do it by himself, it's by misusing the robot, because at the end, the AI and robots are only tools in our hands. We can use it for the good and for the bad. So what's the solution here? The solution laid out through so many people is to have ethics about the AI. In the first session, she talked about the ethics in terms of AI, which are distributed because this is what we seek in order to have a system for ethics that we have to agree upon between countries and the specialists, and we have to commit internationally not to use AI to serve certain goals that will destroy the world. So the fourth concept now, it's much spread that robots will replace us and get our work. Let's go back a little bit to the automatic machine, or the ATM. When it was invented, what happened? Did the tellers disappear? Until now, the tellers are still there in the bank, so they haven't disappeared. What happened? If we study exactly what happened in the ATM, this invention, was the change a surprise? Did the tellers just wake up one day and found that ATM replaced them? No, of course. The change was gradual. Starting, for example, in one of the branches and putting it in another branch and so on, and then expanded. So the number of ATM has increased. So the need for tellers has decreased, actually. But we cannot get rid of tellers. It's a gradual change. So the second type of change, the change, was it partial or complete? Did they take all the work of the teller? Actually, it took a great deal. For example, less than 10,000 dirhams, it checks from the same bank, and so on. So he took all the work of the teller, not to transfer accounts from one account to another, or to transfer a great amount, or cannot exchange currencies. So he didn't take all the work of the teller. So this change, was it a replacement for the teller, or it was a complement or supplemented the work of the teller? Actually, it was complementary, and it decreases the high load on the teller and gave her more tasks to do, which has more risk. For example, he has to make sure of the identity of the person, so it reduces the work, and so the actual teller and the ATM has different tasks to do. Of course, the decreasing the need for actual teller has decreased, but their work is gradual and complementary, and it wasn't a sudden change or a replacing change. So what we expect from the robots and the AI in the same way and the same method in change. Let's see the infographics here. The work which can be displaced, for example, where automatics are needed. At the top, here they have high salaries, and the ones at below, they have less salaries. So at the top, they need higher education. So employments that need higher education is less than to be automated, as you can see on the left side. So the educational certificate could be, especially the higher education certificate, could be kind of indicator that this employment cannot be replaced by automation. What can give us guidelines whether this work can be changed, automated or not. Are you doing a physical work, for example, taking one box from one place to another, or there is a store, for example, and there is a routine work, so automation is higher. If you are doing something routinely on the office that doesn't take any physical work, automation is more. So the more there is iteration and there is more using your physical efforts, automation will be more and more. And replacement will be more probable. So you have to look into higher education, variety in the employment to protect yourself against automation. The fifth concept, it's only limited to specialists. Maybe to lately this concept was true, but nowadays for AI, can make anyone of us capable of using AI with little training or even without the training. As you have seen, the presentation today, for example, the context has been done by AI. Most of the images you have seen has been done by AI. So it has saved me time and money. And it didn't require actually any training or specialist training. It's only programs on the internet. You and me can use it. So the robots and AI science might have been limited to specialists, but nowadays, no. You can train on your AI, for example, to Google. Give an example. For a voice, for example, a music device and another device, a music device. So the AI will only increase the voice from this device and increase the device from another device, and training the system. And within 5 minutes, we will have another program that can differentiate between the different systems. So AI we can use. Also, I recommend going to the website ai.ae, how we can use AI programs, whether in the media or in general. So this is published without any scientific experience or training. Technology is provided for everyone. So these are the 5 concepts which I have explained in terms of robotics and AI. And at the end, we will be talking about the future. All future is for anybody will seek development and avail himself of the technology for servicing and providing for his community, for his family, for anybody here in the hall. We have a role, and our future, which we want to do, starts from today. Thank you very much for your listening.
في أسئلة؟
Let's answer the question if there are any. Peace be upon you. Also, I'm Abu Bakr. I have my background also in programming and AI. Also, I mean, in AI, it's not so strong actually. But my question is a very simple one. Once we have Chat GPT, also after some time, also I have been there. There are some questions also, I mean, not to be answered by humans, but once you answer in another way, sliding. So I got answers. I really don't know also if ChatGPT is also a brain of someone and it's taking the information of everyone, or is it specialized? Or there are so many cells and every cell is allocated to one user or what? But what about if AI system can be just one brain, one thinking way, one access, or has an access with more permission to everything, everywhere, and so on, and at the same time also learning. So taking the behavior of the people to go somewhere and so on. Is it in the future? Or what about also the based on the insights I gave also? I mean, we might have some progression with that in AI, but I don't think there is also some caution, or I don't have some concerns about ChatGPT, because we spoke today about the difference between two things. I'm talking about also the negative views of the technology, and the technology is going to decide, I mean, not to listen to the orders. This is something different. But I mean, not obeying, or I mean, not carrying out the orders, it is something away. Or we can say also never, you never know. Because you can say also, I mean, you can say it will never happen, but there are no indicators that the technology will decide one day not listening to the people, or I mean, taking a bath not taken before. But the bad news is as you mentioned, the negative use, or I mean, like ChatGPT, you ordered or you asked for some information at the beginning. Also, they asked you, how can I? Maybe you asked him also how I can suicide myself. This. I mean, and he can give you the way how to do that. But I mean, this is one of the information of ChatGPT. But this is the difference. So the use of technology is something different, but the negative use, how I can control it through agreements or through an ethical framework, what's accepted, what's not, and we have to commit the specialists and the governments also to be within this frame. That's what we can decide. I wish I answered your question, yeah. But later we can talk about Python. Thank you very much also for this lecture. I'm Ahmed Juba from Mauritania. We usually also, when we talk about also the artificial intelligence, also, I mean, we can ask how long does it take also, I mean, does AI, the AI positive also for the environment also there? So it has been mentioned in Mauritania that it's going to substitute or replace some of the human jobs. But I mean, is the AI fearing the human being or what? It's positive also for the humanity, but if it's going to be used positively, as said, it's a tool to be used positively or negatively. If we are talking about that's in general, but if we are talking about the jobs market, but the jobs to be created through AI, it's going to be more than the jobs disappearing. Also, like the example also of the ATM machines, it's not replacement, it's not a substitution. It's they said also, I mean, secretary jobs also, I mean, we have outlooks and so on, and template is there. So, I mean, secretary jobs are not going to be existing anymore. But till now, also, we still have secretary jobs. Is it in the same number? No, but like before, no. But so we still have these jobs. To the general or the out framework also, I mean, these jobs are not going to disappear, but I mean, the new jobs coming up or uprising, one day will be much better. Thank you very much also for the presentation, but we usually know that AI, it's we are in the digital transformation era, but the digital transformation is making a difference. But we are talking or using the AI. We usually and such we are talking usually about also the data security or I mean data protection and so on. I mean the digital transformation is going to be very big because this is also what's happening right now because we are not looking back. But what about the risks or that it's going to create or cause? We are talking right now about the fourth industrial revolution, and here we are talking about the fifth the serial revolution. I mean, I think also this is. You might tell us also more about this one. It might be also the linking between the artificial intelligence and the human intelligence, and might be also scientifically. But now, if I exceed the jobs, we might say also, okay, it's giving us more jobs, but the risks also, I mean, the data protection. Why? Because the easiness to reach such data, any person experienced in this can reach the information. So, I mean, we are talking about the mass destruction weapons and so on. I mean, so how we can evaluate the risks? So don't be worried. I mean, we are going to do that and so on. How we can tell people also that it's not like this one? I think it's like any program we have, it's not protected 100%, but we still try our best. As mentioned earlier, and we spoke about also the cyber crimes and the protection of that. It's very important to know about that because we have some threats, or we can say we get some unexpected threats. And to, for example, get the information of other people and are using them also in a different way. So you can have all the data, all information, and it's there. But how we can study this operation? We should know also what are the emerging or the new threats or risks, how we can govern this. I can say that this question should be asked by the specialists of the data protection, but does it prevent us also of going to the new phase? No. We should work or go in harmony with that. Thank you very much for the question. Thank you very much also for that also, and even the person spoke about this one, and it was talking about also AI. It was Bill Gates, or the first person talking about this one, and he warned about it also in regards to wars. I mean, we can't control the machinery, and I don't have a question, but I'm going to tell you as a short story for a person working with us also in robotics also. So Japan carried out an experiment also to let the robot speak to each other, and he was one of the 8 persons to do this in Japan. And so they asked them to be there also for 7 months, carrying out experiments also to let the robots speaking to each other. First month, second month also passed, but in at the beginning of the third month, they noticed that robots started to have a different language talking to each other, and so the experts don't understand such a language. So there was a common language between the robots, or a language has been there using the AI. So even the scholars or the experts couldn't understand the robots. So that was 2 years back after COVID-19. So the artificial intelligence, I think, we are all involved in, and even the popular people or normal people also are going to be involved in even the students, but we should have regulations, policies to protect us from the threats or the risks, but we are going to have risks, and there are going to be abbreviations and so on. Yes, it's like any other technology. Thank you very much for the intervention. Yes, it can be used in cooking. It can be used also. I mean, it's like the knife. I mean, to be, so I mean, we should not be fear. We should not have too much fear, and we should not be feel safe too much. Thank you very much also for your time. Thank you for being with us, and please enjoy your lunch. Thank you.